When you have an administration that is not enforcing the law in this country, you see the onrush of people like what we saw walking across this dam that is right behind me. Because the Biden administration has been promoting and allowing open border policies. It has been the state of Texas that had to step up. One day there were countless people coming across the border. Then that very same day, the Texas Department of Public Safety put up all of these DPS vehicles, and suddenly, in an instant, people stopped crossing the border in this location. Failure to enforce laws that exist in the United States leads to chaos, and chaos leads to inhumanity. The Biden administration is a man-made disaster of inhumanity, of epic proportions. It must end. It must end immediately, and the way to end it is by the Biden administration stepping up and finally enforcing the immigration laws of the United States of America.
Governor Abbott will be in the Rio Grande Valley. What city will he be attending? And what law will he be signing in City Hall? 2 BISD schools received the National Blue Ribbon Award. What schools were they? Papi Musk calls out President Biden. What was the reason for it and what was said? And also, the border tactic outrage. It is Wednesday, September 22nd, 7:03 a.m. My name is Frankie Olivo, and this is Good Morning Brownsville. How's it going, Joe? Good. Happy fall. We are the start of fall. Happy fall. Rainy morning. Is it Friday yet? Almost, Raymond. It's almost Friday. Change of weather is always good. I like the gloomy days. Great for cuddling, making babies, and enjoy. And the sheets feel nice. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Good morning, Captain. Good morning, Manny. How's it going? Thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a good hump day. God bless, my man. As we've been anxiously awaiting for the change of weather, we will be having some sort. Well, let me rephrase, because every time I mention how we're bound or we're destined to get something, it never happens. Brownsville Times, you like that or what? We will be having a cold front, which we have been seeing the change of weather as of midnight last night. We are experiencing some showers and some thunderstorms. Today, we should be experiencing a cool 80 degrees throughout the day, 60s in the morning. The city of Brownsville, again, will be at 82. Our friends at South Padre Island, Captain Guac, Jason, the Cabrera boys, will be seeing the island at a cool 78 degrees. And again, for the next several days, for the next week, it seems. Again, I am a little hesitant to make that prediction. I don't want to be called Larry Frankie lying, but according to the models and the projections, we are supposed to get a cold front for the next several days. Again, it is the start of Tego Frio Warli. It is the start of the fall equinox. So we are seeing a change in weather. Sports news very quickly. Congratulations goes out to the Pace Lady Vikings. They traveled to Ed Couch Elsa and secured the victory. Special shouts out goes to Coach Venegas and the Lady Vikings on this great win on the road. Always important to secure the win. Any game, but it's especially important whenever you go on the road. Congratulations, Coach, and to the Lady Vikings. Also, our Lady Lobos, they traveled to Weslaco East and beat them in 5 sets. Congratulations to the Lady Lobos. Very supportive of our Lopez Lobos and everything that they do. So congratulations goes out to the Lady Lobos. Also, special shouts out goes out to Coach Guerra. We previously had her on, spoke about her on the show because she got 600 wins not too long ago. The Lady Raiders did travel to Harlingen South, and what a great performance. They ended up securing the victory. The Lady Raiders were led by Richelle Guerra. Not sure. I believe this is Coach Guerra's daughter. So again, the coach has her husband and her daughter on the team. What a great experience for all of them. It's a family affair at the Rivera Lady Raiders squad. So it's pretty cool. Good thing to follow. Again, very supportive of our Lopez Lobos. Special shouts out goes to Coach Ray Martinez. If anybody, guys, if anybody wants these shirts in support of breast cancer awareness, we are coming up on the eve of October, which we do celebrate and recognize and bring awareness to breast cancer awareness. And if anybody would like to contribute, would like to support our Lopez swimming team, please contact Coach Martinez. He is on the feed. If not, contact me personally. This is a great cause. These Lobo Strong shirts are for support of the movement of bringing awareness for breast cancer, and also for supporting our Lopez Lobos. Also, very excited today, Coach Leal, head coach for the Rivera Raiders, will be speaking with Real Sports. It will be live today at 2 p.m. This will take place at Luke Fruya Motors. Again, what a great establishment. We are avid fans of Real Sports Live. They do a great thing for our local community, keep us up to date with everything that's going on regarding sports. So Coach Beto Leal will be in the house on at Luke Fruya. So something to look about. The coach will be having glitch. We'll be having I guess like a little conference, a news conference. And again, district play starts on Friday. A very, very important matchup for our Raiders. They will be taking on the Harlingen Cardinals. They are both 2-1 in this season. And again, district starts. So a very, very important matchup. The Raiders are coming off a very great, impressive win against Rio Hondo. So we'll be tuning in to watch and hear what our coach Leal has to say. I want to hear in particular how he plans to strategize, how he has been strategizing with his coaches on stopping the high-powered offense, and also on the offensive side, how is Ramsey Rocha going to be able to move the chains? I have faith in Coach Hugo and the defense, so it's gonna be great to see Coach Leal listen to what he has to say on this upcoming game against the Cardinals, which should be a hard-fought match. In local news, before I start making babies, you like that or what, Brownsville Times? Hey, man, that's what the code's for. I might get in trouble, but you gotta cuddle, you gotta make babies, and enjoy the weather, man. Tengo frío. Shouts out to my friends up in San Antonio. Thank you so much for tuning in, my friend. I really, really appreciate it. A true patriot tunes in at 7 in the morning. I appreciate it, my man. Good morning, Snoopy. Good morning, Frankie. Have a good day. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Much love, Snoopy. Thank you for stopping by. Again, I really, really appreciate it. Happy hump day. Happy fall. Good morning, Ms. Ozuna. How's it going? Thanks so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. Hope you have a good Wednesday. Thank you for the support. Anytime, my man. You know how I feel about the Lopez Lobos. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all you do. I thumbs down you on hater. You did. I'm watching right now. Que malo eres. Ray, send me some info. Buying a shirt, compa. Hey, Ray, get 2 shirts. One for me and one for Erasmo. I'm extra large. Extra large and long sleeve. I want a long sleeve. Long sleeve? Yeah, I'll get a long sleeve. Put it on Erasmo's tab. Good morning, Samuel. How's it going? Much love to the family, to the wife. Thank you so much for being here, man. David, how's it going? I feel special, David, because you managed to make an appearance. And hey, I'm a little jealous. I saw what you posted on Brownsville Talk with Erasmo live on the top 5, the David Letterman segment. I love that. If I could ask you for a favor, surprise me with one. If you could sometime, I'm on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. maybe on Friday or maybe next Monday, you could come up with a top 5. I'll be more than glad to share it with the world, man. It was pretty entertaining. And I like David Letterman. I miss David Letterman. Steve Colbert and all these guys, they just don't do it for me. I like the old days with Jay Leno and David Letterman going at it, the good old days. Keep up the great work, Frankie. Blessings, bro. Hey, John, I really appreciate it, man. Many people ask me, what are you doing at 7 a.m? It's not normal for an individual to come on. I'm very, very appreciative and very, very thankful for your time. Very quickly, my grandpa had a big influence on me, and he's a preacher. And the scripture says, go throughout the world and preach the gospel to all creatures. My grandfather interpreted that as making a positive impact within our community, within our world. And he always told me, Frankie, we have to make an impact while we live. But what is our world? It is not Australia. It is not Paris. It is not. Our world consists of the city of Brownsville. My world consists of Brownsville, of the Rio Grande Valley. That is what we need to make an impact. So these words, John, of keeping up the great work, I really, really appreciate it. It's something that my grandfather kind of instilled in me. Instead of trying to make a positive impact throughout the world, that's what I'm trying to do in my little small world, which is the city of Brownsville. Thank you so much, my man, for tuning in. Good morning, Kanina. How's it going? I really, really appreciate it. Hope you stay dry. Have a good, dry Wednesday. The rain is falling this morning. I like it. Is that the house from Friends? No, it's my house. A ver cuando vienes. Good morning, Maria. How's it going? Thank you for stopping by. It's been a while. Love the Seinfeld's background. Woo! This is my background. David is the smartest guy I know. He needs to run for Congress. I would vote for him. Mama love Letterman. Hey, man. He was good. Real recognizes real. He's a legend. Your grandfather wants to see you on Sundays at 10 a.m. Yes, I do need to go back. I do need to go back to church. It has been a while. Local news. We have good morning, Peppermint Patty. How's it going? Happy Wednesday. Thank you for stopping by. In local news, we have been hearing a lot about Governor Abbott in the news as of late, and he did nominate 26 schools for the National Blue Ribbon Award, and we were fortunate enough to get 2 recipients from the city of Brownsville from BISD. We'd like to congratulate right now Gallegos and Pullum Elementary. They were recipients. They were 2 of 26 schools that were awarded the National Blue Ribbon Award. And Superintendent Rene Gutierrez did go and celebrate with Pullum yesterday. There were pictures posted on the Brownsville Independent Facebook page. And again, what a great award. Great for the administrators who do everything possible to make an impact within our local students, our local youth. Gallegos and Pullum, they were named the National Blue Ribbon schools, again, by the United States Department of Education. They were recognized. Pullum, in particular, was recognized for having exemplary high-performing school, and Gallegos was recognized for exemplary achievement gap closing. Both schools will receive a plaque and a National Blue Ribbon school flag at the award ceremony, which is going to be held in Washington, D.C. In November. So again, very, very excited. Very, very rewarding to see our school district be recognized at the national level. It is a great accomplishment for BISD, a badge of honor, so to speak. And it is great to see administrators, teachers take part in this celebration with the students. It is a difficult task, as we all know, but it is encouraging to see individuals who care deeply about their craft, about our students. And it's nice for them once in a while to get recognized on the national level. So congratulations. Right now, I do apologize. I only have Pullum pictures as of 3 this morning when I woke up making my last minute adjustments. I didn't find any pictures of Gallegos, nor do they have a Facebook page active, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I will be waiting for pictures. It is my duty to promote the city of Brownsville BISD as much as possible. Once they publish them on the BISD website, I will be sure to post Gallegos pictures, recognizing them on their great achievement. So congratulations goes out to Pullum, their administrators, their teachers, the parents, the students, everybody involved. Congratulations. The city of Brownsville yesterday had a press conference. Paragon is a drone company that recently announced that they will be opening up shop in the city of Brownsville. As of right now, they already have offices in the Brownsville International Airport. And it was nice to see the company down here speak with our community. We had our city and assistant city manager present, along with Commissioner Cardenas and Mayor Trey Mendez. Also, representative and president for TSC was in attendance. They did announce a management team for this upcoming year. And the interesting thing about this press conference was that Paragon, this is one of the largest drone companies in the world. And very, very quickly, my friend Jason told me, go to Robinhood and check out their stock. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but if you want to buy in the low, check out Paragon, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to talk about this on Friday, but just a little sneak peek. If you're into investing, if you want to buy on the low and reap the rewards in 5-10 years, Paragon is the future. This is a company, guys, that is going to be delivering mail, products, and I think eventually human passengers on a vertical liftoff, kind of like an air taxi. And I have spoken about how I feel that if Brownsville in the next 10 to 20 years is going to be like the Jetsons, and that is something that our mayor, Trey Mendez, stated. He said that he was excited to see where this was going, as this was going to be changing the mindset and economic landscape of the city of Brownsville. So again, it's great for our local economy. And again, in the next 10 to 20 years, we're going to be seeing how the city of Brownsville is going to be totally different. We've talked about previously how Elon Musk is working on a robot, how we already have our iWatches, and eventually Paragon will be having air taxis. So can you see the future of Brownsville? Can you close your eyes and envision the taxis in the air, our robots getting us groceries, us using our walkie-talkies with our phone? The future is very promising for the city of Brownsville, and it is because of SpaceX and Paragon. Something to look forward to. Governor Abbott will be signing an anti-smuggling bill here in the city of McAllen. He will be signing this at City Hall today, this afternoon. This Senate Bill 576 will be going into law. It is to penalize human smuggling when a payment is involved. The governor will be joined by recently elected Republican Mayor Javier Villalobos and other law enforcement officials. And again, why does McAllen always get the good things? McAllen always gets the big money from Monterrey. They always get the great restaurants. They always seem to get everything. Could it be because McAllen is predominantly red? We just saw how the city recently elected a Republican mayor. That could be why. The Upper Valley, the Edinburgh Mission area, that is also a predominantly Republican area. Unfortunately, we would love to have our governor here locally, but I feel that we don't have that connection. Maybe it could be a party thing. Who knows? But the governor will be in the city of McAllen. He will be signing an anti-smuggling bill this afternoon at City Hall at 1:30. So pretty good for the city of McAllen to have the governor in their great city. Hopefully one day we'll be able to make the same announcement. Now, in world news, United Nations is currently meeting right now. The interesting thing about this was the Taliban. The Taliban, as we all know, was recently overtook or took back their territory from the United States after the withdrawal of the American troops. The interesting thing about the United Nations meeting is that they are by invitation only. It's kind of like a mafia. You either align with our stances throughout the world. We consider ourselves to police the world. And if you do not fall within our rhetoric, within our beliefs, you are not allowed. And the interesting thing is that the Taliban, which is not a form of government, but is a form, in my opinion, of a syndicate, of a criminal organization, they asked for permission to join the United Nations, which is a huge deal. Again, throughout the world, it's an invitation only. So for these non-governmental organizations to come and want a seat at the table is the first time in history that it has happened. As of right now, you have to be invited in, of course. So as of right now, the Taliban, that's what they're currently working on. President Biden did speak for unity. He did not talk about China, which was very, very surprising, considering how much we owe China, how much in debt we are to that nation. We did speak about how climate change is something that the whole world and other nations need to take part of. So everything on the first day was uniting, was working together. President Biden did state that after winning the election that he was going to unite the world. But we saw the backlash of the withdrawal and how that had on America's image throughout the world. So President Biden did speak in front of the United Nations. President of China also spoke. But again, everybody was fine and dandy. Nobody was picking fights. Everything was cool. We need to work together, blah, 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 typical rhetoric. And again, the Taliban, they want to be able to speak. They want to be able to speak and form part of this United Nation. How is that going to fare with the other nations? I don't think they're going to get the invite. But again, only time will tell. In SpaceX news, we saw recently how we had 4 non-astronauts travel into space. And this was a big deal, ladies and gentlemen, because as we all know, we have Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Richard Branson, billionaires who have been on a quest to send humans or to have commercial flights become accessible to the human race. We saw how Inspiration 4, these 4 non-astronauts, they did a tour in space for 3 days. They landed in the Atlantic, if I'm not mistaken, this past week. And what was interesting about this was how Elon Musk, again, that's his baby. He was there to congratulate. He did speak and meet with the Inspiration 4 crew after landing, of course. And again, there was a question made. Hey, why hasn't our president recognized this? There was a tweet that says the president of the United States has refused to even acknowledge the 4 newest American astronauts who helped raise hundreds of millions of dollars for St. Jude. What's your theory, Elon Musk? Why is this happening? And he puts, he's still sleeping. Sleepy Joe. And this is not the first time that we have seen Tesla and the federal government at odds. Elon Musk, he did take this swipe at President Biden, the commander-in-chief, for failing to acknowledge the completion of the first civilian mission in space. Now, again, Elon Musk, Papi Musk, is big on Twitter. To his 60 million followers, he pointed out that the Biden administration, they did not congratulate the crew or Tesla or SpaceX for this accomplishment. And again, this isn't the first time that the federal government or President Biden throws shade at Elon Musk. Last month, Musk said that no one from Tesla was invited to the White House for a summit on a future of electronic cars, even as rivals such as Ford, GM were present. And again, as we all know, Tesla is the future of electronic vehicles, and they weren't invited to this summit, which is, makes you scratch your head. Also, more recently, Musk criticized Biden administration's proposal that would allocate an extra $4,500 in incentive to buyers of certain new electronic vehicles, but only if they're made in the United States by unionized vehicles. And again, let's not forget Tesla factories, they're not unionized representatives, and Musk has opposed unionization efforts in the past. So should our federal government be at odds against a billionaire who is doing great for humanity, who is providing a future hope for exploration of mankind, of having multiplanetary habitants? Why is the federal government doing this? And again, Papi Musk took a swipe at Sleepy Joe. Something to think about. I clocked in too late 2 times a week because I'm listening to your show. Woo! I promise I won't tell nobody, to the 100 people that are watching me. Top 5, ladies and gentlemen. Top 5 worst jobs, Donald Trump fact checker. Number 4, public informations officer at PUB. Number 3, person in charge of repairing Brownsville streets. Number 2, Trey Mendes art advisor. Oh, too soon. Too soon. And number 1, the top 5 reasons why. Top 5 worst jobs is number 1, Joe Biden's ASL interpreter. Oh, American Sign Language interpreter. Come on. I appreciate that. David. Thank you so much. Hopefully we can make this a common thing. If not, I would appreciate it every once in a while. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much. So let me guess. Our board members get to travel to Washington, D.C. to receive the award? I'm not sure. I think if anything, it's the superintendent, if not an assistant of his, and representatives for each respective school. But something to look forward to. Good morning, Frankie. Blessed day. Good morning, Miss Munoz. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. Joe Biden is working like the Border Patrol. Takes the time to clean it up, y'all. Angry Trump supporters is a real crisis. We'll be talking about that. Then why didn't Biden close the border with Mexico like how he did close the border with Canada? That's a good point. We're going to talk about that. Elon Musk's money to Brownsville, Texas is still sleeping too. Just saying. Ooh. Again, $10 million that were donated by the Musk Foundation. We found out that 2 million of those 10 were being spent by GBIC to revitalize, revamp, encourage, and promote new businesses. And some money went to the mural. But Elon Musk money, is it sleeping like Sleepy Joe? Incurious Bidens want to know why Joe Biden didn't close the border. And you're absolutely right. And again, to our feature story, we have seen the backlash that the United States has received throughout the world. We all have seen that picture that I've posted as of late of the Border Patrol. And one thing that I do want to start with is that I am pro law enforcement. The majority of my friends, my cousin Georgie, my good friend Roland, they are both respective Border Patrol agents. I have nothing but love and respect for our men and women. They suffer, they sacrifice so much of their time, of their life to protect this great nation. I think it is important for us to recognize of what the world is saying about us. And as we have seen of what is going on in Del Rio, it is a mess. One thing that we could all agree upon, ladies and gentlemen, is how this administration, and correct me if I'm wrong, this administration seems as if they are okay with having an open borders policy. We have seen the stark contrast between President Trump's administration, how he was very vocal. He was, criticized for wanting to enforce the wall, wanting to erect and build a wall. But his stance on immigration was very strong. This administration is very lax. We have seen how millions of individuals have made that trek. Now we have our Haitians in the Del Rio area. We need help from DPS because we are overwhelmed. Our men and women of the Border Patrol are overwhelmed. We do not have the resources. And this is the picture. This is the picture that made world news. And again, one thing that I do want to state, I am aware that these individuals have a very difficult job. I am conscious of that. One other thing that I do want to mention, I posted pictures yesterday of this and of this. To me, this looks like if he's being whipped. Now, somebody told me before, well, Frankie, you have to understand, it's not a whip. La rienda. I don't know how to say it in English, but es una rienda. You hold it. It's to control the horse. And while I understand that there's a difference between slavery back then, like such as this picture, and our Haitians, they are not slaves. But at the end of the day, I think we could all agree that they are here illegally. And whenever our Border Patrol agents, whenever they come across these individuals, they do not know if they're illegals. They do not know if they're cartel. They do not know if they have weapons. They do not know what danger they pose to our country and to the men and women in uniform. They do not know. I understand. Speaking with several law enforcement friends of mine, I asked them, what is your approach whenever you come across this? Like, Frankie, we don't know what they have. They could be a danger to us. They could pose a threat to somebody else. So we do not know. So we need to take control of the situation. And that is what this picture is, taking control of the situation. The federal government did make a statement that they said that this footage, this picture of this Border Patrol agent on the horse is very troubling. Of course, they will be conducting an investigation and proper disciplinary action will be taking place. But again, we have seen how over 1.2 million immigrants have made their way to the southern border of Texas. That is more than the population of the whole state of Delaware, which is where Biden is from. But again, these individuals have acted as criminals. And I do want to stress the importance again. This is a humanitarian issue. I do not want to seem cold. I do not want to seem hard. My ancestors, they came to the United States for the American dream. They came the legal way. We are a nation of laws, and we wish that individuals would respect our southern border and our laws. It doesn't help that our administration doesn't seem to have a strong stance on protecting our borders. We saw yesterday how there was a bus that was overthrown that was being driven from the Del Rio to the RGV. These Haitians, these individuals, they overtook the bus. They overtook the staff and fled from the bus. This bus was operated by the Department of Homeland Security. Unfortunately, it did not have no law enforcement officials on that bus. But again, are these individuals coming for peace? Are they coming for tranquility? And should our immigration officers, should they meet them with force? Again, we do not know what they're coming with. And again, one thing that we need to stress is look at Look at how funny and ironic this is. We have the United States Capitol, which is fenced up with barbed wire. This is where our politicians make the laws for our land. And look at the U.S. border, open border. Again, is our nation an open borders nation? Is that what we should expect? And I do want to stress, I understand that there's a difference between slavery and Haitians. I do understand that, but it is all about perception. My mother growing up always told me, Frankie, perception is everything. If you want people to respect you, if you want people to give you the time of day, make sure you dress accordingly. Make sure you talk right, because perception is everything. How would y'all feel if I came out here in a wife beater, todo tatuado, and I started talking about pocho? You probably wouldn't take me seriously. You'd probably say, Frankie's crazy. Frankie has no respect, or we shouldn't. He has no credibility. Perception is everything, ladies and gentlemen. And while this picture does not demonstrate or show or is not racism, what does it tell the world? Perception, ladies and gentlemen. Perception is everything. While I do understand that there's a difference between slavery and our current immigration, what does this picture tell the world? While we Texans, while we in South Texas who are aware and conscientious that thing that looks like a whip is not really a whip, but it's more for the horses, la rienda. It is more to control the horses. It is not a whip, but again, perception. What about those individuals that don't know what a rienda is? To the people living in Australia, in Paris, in the United Kingdom, when they see chaos at the border, when they see this picture, what do they think? They think racism. They think slavery. And I was criticized. Frankie, what are you talking about? You do not know what you're talking about. That was slavery. This has nothing to do with slavery. But again, Frankie, perception is everything. If you do not dress accordingly, if you do not talk right, people will have a certain image of you. What image does the world have of the United States after this picture? It shows racism. It shows chaos. That's what it shows. They are not Haitians. There's some Haitians, though. Good morning, Brownsville. Good morning, Cindy. Thank you so much for tuning in. A special shout out goes to our beautiful people in the city of Harlingen. Thank you so much for your time. Our law enforcement agencies need to do anything to deter, prevent, and stop any insurgencies that is considered an invasion. And you're absolutely right. Again, our men and women in the Border Patrol and customs agents, they're overwhelmed. We do need help as much as possible. Stand with the Border Patrol. This is all unbiased. I do agree. He seems weak. And again, this is not easy. I understand this is something that many administrations, including Obama, including Bush, including Trump, they haven't really fixed our broken immigration system. We do need reform as much as possible. But again, the buck lies with our president. He is our commander-in-chief. He needs to take ownership, and he needs to right this ship quick. Just look at what happened with them taking over the Border Patrol van. One never knows what is on their mind. Safety for our Border Patrol agents first. And again, that is what the spokesperson for the Border Patrol agent said. Hey, we do not know what these individuals are capable of. We do not know if they're criminals. We do not know if they're smugglers. We do not know what threat they pose to us or to others here under the bridge in Del Rio. So we have to take control of this matter. That is why that officer, that Border Patrol agent on the horse, was trying to command and control. But again, what does the outside world think? It seems like it's racism. It seems like, oh, look down there in South Texas. They're rounding up them Mexicans. They're rounding up them Haitians. Sloppy Joe had no idea what situation we were going through. It is time we consider impeaching this unless element in our government. I don't think so. Again, you want to make your voice heard, go to the ballot box. But again, anything's possible. You don't wear a tie on Fridays. And Frankie's crazy. I've always been crazy, but it helps me from going insane. Erasmo, today's Wednesday, so he wears a tie. I couldn't take you seriously if you had a bow tie with blinking lights. Cough, cough, Erasmo. Hey, man, someone said it. Screw the non-rienda people. Hey, but again, the non-rienda people are the ones that are criticizing us. They're the ones that are putting pressure on the United States. And again, think about states such as, I was going to say Wyoming, but Wyoming, they have horses. Montana, they have horses. They should know what a rienda is. But the outside world, they don't know what a rienda is. They are not our Haitians. No puedes ni leer. I can't read. I'm sorry. Word of the day, perception. Gracias, Joel. Perception is everything. Frankie, si quieres que la gente te respete, si quieres que la gente te dé el tiempo, vístete bien, habla bien. No hablas soncerías. Block Erasmo. He is so negative. Blocked. Anything on how the Del Rio resident is holding up? Good question, Soto. I had Willie Garcia post on the feed. If I could bring it up very quickly, he did state that he has family up in the Del Rio area, and he says, "Man, oh man, we are having trouble." That even though they've only been there 7 years in the city of Del Rio, let me read it real quickly. I have family members that live in Del Rio. All these immigrants are breaking into cars, houses, and local businesses. The population went from being 22,000 to 35,000 now in just a couple of weeks. Yes, it is my family, and they are thinking of coming back to the valley. They lived in Del Rio for more than 7 years. They might just get up and leave because it is that bad. Again, I do have a friend that is currently stationed in Del Rio, and I text him every couple of days. How are you holding up? How are you doing? He's like, man, paperwork. I did not sign up for paperwork. I signed up to be out on the field to stop the flow of drugs, stop the cartels, and I'm processing. We're overwhelmed, which is unfortunate. Border Patrol rounding up people like if they were Texas Rangers from back in the day. Again, racism. What does that picture show you, Sam? If we did not know nothing about South Texas, we did not know if they were Haitians, we did not, what would you think? A white man on a horse, a black man, an African man being whipped. That's what it seemed like today. Today is Big Mac Day. Invita. How do you say riendas in English? Sabrá Dios. The reins. Reins is rienda in English. There you go. Thanks so much for helping me out, Sam. My people, it is 7:43 a.m. I'm getting kicked off by the network. I got them screaming in my ear. I am 13 minutes past my allocated time. Thank you so much for your love and your patience. I hope to see you here on Friday. God bless. Stay warm. Del Rio needs to lock and load. I think we're getting to that eventually. Thanks so much for your time. Have a great, great Wednesday. Stay dry. Stay warm. Hope to see you here on Friday morning.